On this video, I'll share with you the top 5 essential skills for cyclists and how to apply them so your rides can be a whole lot better and you can feel a lot more confident. And we're starting right now. I'm Daniel from The Cyclist and welcome to another video. If you're new here, make sure you click on the subscribe button. The vast majority of us know how to ride a bike, and that doesn't mean we know how to ride it properly. Many of us overlook the basics and go straight into riding long distances, but the lack of certain skills can make that journey almost impossible. So I put this video together to show you the top 5 essential skills for cyclists so you can master them and go out on your bike feeling safer and more confident. So let's jump into it. For those of you that don't know or have been lucky enough not to go through it, bonking is when you use your energy reserves while riding, which means your body runs out of energy, and that is not an experience you will enjoy. Trust me on that one. When you're bonking, you have nothing left. I mean, absolutely nothing. And you can't turn on the pedals anymore. You feel so weak. And even the slowest speed feels like torture. Research shows that the body can store 300 to 400 grams of glycogen in the muscles and about 120 grams in the liver. And this is equivalent to about 1,200 calories of energy. If you don't refill this, you use your reserves very quickly. During a moderate ride, most cyclists burn about 800 calories per hour. And to avoid that, you simply have to eat a decent meal before the ride. And you might need to eat something every hour during the ride. Usually what I do is I have a porridge before the ride and I carry a banana, a few energy bars, and I have electrolytes in my water. I also have an alarm on my Garmin that sets off every 45 minutes to remind me to eat and drink something. Love it or hate it, riding a steep hill is something you have to do it at some point. The technique for the hill will depend on the duration and the gradient, so try to start the hill with the lowest heart rate as possible and find your rhythm. Short hills can be tackled by standing on the pedals to use your weight to push the pedals while using a high gear. For longer hills, settle into a rhythm and keep adjusting that depending on the gradient of the hill. You can also alternate between pedaling while seated or standing on your pedals. It doesn't matter if you're riding a gravel, a mountain bike or a road bike, we always have to look for unexpected surprises ahead of us. And what I mean by that is to predict what road users will be doing. And the way we can do that is by constantly scanning the road ahead of us. And you should be scanning the road for pedestrians, cars, horses, motorbikes, you name it. And this is a skill that we can borrow from our friends on motorbikes. And don't only scan the roads for moving road users, you should be scanning the road for potholes, parked cars, manhole covers, loose gravel, and when you master this skill, your rides will be a lot safer and you can avoid a lot of accidents as well. And I have a video about how to be safer on the road that can be found on the card up here. The front brake is the most effective on your bike, so don't apply too much pressure at once because it will take you over the handlebars and this is the last thing you want, but rather apply progressively pressure while squeezing the rear brake. But don't squeeze the rear brake too hard either because it will lift the rear wheel off the ground and you will lose grip and control. When an emergency brake is needed, you can also bring your body towards the rear of the bike while applying some extra pressure on both brakes, and that will almost certain not throw you over the handlebars and will prevent your rear wheel to lift off and lose grip. You will have to do an emergency stop sooner or later, so I advise you to train this in a quiet road and away from traffic. Try the emergency brake a few times or until it becomes a second nature to you. Riding in a group takes some practice and you need to master a few skills for the sake of safety as well as to keep the fluidity of the group. Communication and consistency are very important, so don't make sudden changes or break abruptly without warning others. If you're not confident enough to be on someone's wheel, find another rider or take a meter or two behind that person, but the key is to keep consistent. If it is your turn at the front, maintain the speed of the group. If you surge or slow down, it becomes a knock-on effect throughout the riders behind you, and the last person on the line might not have time to see the difference in speed. And this brings us to the end of this video. If you haven't done it yet, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.